Hey guys, going to pop on quick today, give a quick update. Been really busy with work, but couldn't help myself but jump in on all this speculation and kind of gawking at the announcement today by His Excellency Turki Sheikh and Dana White. I don't think Trump has given him an honorarium in the United States yet, but we will see how that develops. His holy baldness, that's mean. We'll start off on a good foot. It is very interesting. As a longtime boxing fan, I will say I'm optimistic yet skeptical. I'm coming at this announcement from two sides, maybe more, but I see it as Turki Sheikh has done some positive work. The top elite stars are fighting each other. They're getting paid big money. Boxing seems to be back at the forefront of fight sports and sports more generally than it has been for years. Dana White, I don't have as many glowing things to say about. Obviously, the UFC is an incredible product. I do think it seemed to peak a couple of years ago, and they're in a bit of a down spot. You know, we're seeing guys, old champs like John Jones holding up belts. We're seeing turnover in some of the, marquee divisions such as middleweight. Obviously, they've got some established champs like Makachev and Pereira now who are putting on good fights, but they're not always in against a guy who you believe is going to be able to defeat them. Nonetheless, that's a separate tangent. Dana White, I think, is good for the up-and-coming fighters, the ones who are coming straight out of a gym, working another job, and they can get signed to an agreement that can, make them at the very least a most of the time fighter and a part of the time employee doing other work throughout their first contract. So that's positive. But there's no mistaking that mid to high tier fighters make less in the UFC. And while I say the production value is very good, one of the things I honestly love about boxing is the variety. You see the difference in a Matchroom to a Queensberry to a Boxer to a GBM to a Top Rank to a PBC show. And there's something great about that. There's a variety of different employment available for different broadcasters. We don't see the same exact team week in, week out. And I've been quite pleased, generally speaking, with boxing solving the problem of networks. We now have more of the top promoters going to DAZN as a platform, which is kind of a all-in-one where you can go for all your boxing now. There will be much to see in the coming days, weeks, and months as to what the relationship with Queensberry, Matchroom, Gold Star, all these different promotions that have been working closely with Turki Sheikh and Sella. Do they take a step back as this relationship with Dana White and TKO comes to the fore? Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. I'm really mixed in emotions right now. I'm very excited. We're seeing a lot of Riyadh season recruitments for the Grand Prix that's coming up. I think we're going to have some exciting boxing card announcements in the coming days. Maybe that'll give us a better feeling of the direction of all of this, and obviously once we see the product, we can judge by that. I'm not as sad to hear that the governing bodies which hold the belts are going out. I do think that as fans we're smart enough, as long as the top of the top are fighting each other, to distinguish who the real champ is. Alexander Usyk doesn't need the Ring magazine, the WBC, WBO, IBF, yada yada, to be established the best heavyweight in boxing today. We know he's the best, he's fought the best, he's beat the best. Conclusively, he is the best. So seeing the belts go by the wayside is another problem I believe solved. Of course, the negatives come in the long term. What's the maximum pay that some of these guys can earn? Is it as opportunistic, maybe there's a higher quality of entry-level opportunities for fighters, but at the mid-range, can they make a living at this, or do they stay at that lower level for longer and never reach the same earning capacity as the Usyks and Furies and Joshuas, Canelos, etc. have more recently? there will be so much to see from this. I'm sure I'll be back on the channel here soon. I do believe we have, over the next 2 days, a couple press conferences on big, exciting fights that we all want to talk about. So in the meantime, let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe, Canadian Boxing Hub. Let's have a conversation. Let me know what you think. Is this good? Is it bad? Is Dana White going to be the potion or the poison for global boxing?